how long does it actually take someone who's just starting an online business go from zero to at least that, magical 10K a month number? I'm gonna answer your question in this video. You're probably not gonna like the answer, but I'm gonna be hyper realistic here. I'm not gonna sell you on something. Oh, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna take, 30 days, 90 days. Woohoo, it's gonna be easy. Like, no, I'm gonna be real with you because that's what I'm gonna believe in. It's like, I gotta be real because I've been through it. So, my personal experience, how long did it take for me? Let's talk about that. So, in 2019, I founded my fitness coaching company. And for 16 months, like legitimately, made $0 profit. So I took home $0 for 16 months. All right, but after this, 9 months after this, so I believe that's 25 months, I took home my first 10K a month of take home profit. So for me, it took me 2 years and 1 month. That's how long it took me. All right, now I have obviously a lot of friends in the space, and I've seen different time frames, timelines for them. I've seen people take, as low as 6 months. I've seen people take a year, 2 years like me. I'm probably a little bit on the slower end, to be honest. I didn't know what I was doing. I was also not very focused, but I stuck with it. It took me 2 years and 1 month to get that initial mark. And so you might be hearing this, you're like, oh, holy crap, that's longer than I thought. And that's probably because there's gurus breathing down your neck all over social media who are saying, oh, you can do this in 3 months. It's so easy, anyone can do it, blah, blah, all this stuff. They're just marketing and selling their thing. Now, also, for me, I did it for those first 16 months, I did it without any help. I didn't seek any education or mentorship or guidance from anyone who's already doing it. So that was pretty stupid on my part. And so when I actually started to get guidance was that 16-month point. And so it took 9 months from there to hit that 10K a month and take home income. And keep in mind, I did have a business partner as well. So he was taking home, part of the revenue as well. So we were making, I don't know, probably 20K a month or something at that point. And so hitting the initial 10K a month in revenue was probably around 6 months or something, probably around there, after we started getting help. And so that's one of the major things you can do to speed up your pathway is invest in someone who's already done it. And I'm not trying to sell you. You don't have to hire me. I don't care. There's so many other great people out there that, I can refer you to. I don't care if you hire me. But the reality is, and it's funny how people think this is a scam somehow when they're buying lottery tickets, which are legitimately a scam. You can literally find someone who's making the amount of money that you want to make and simply pay them to tell you how. That's what I'm doing right now with people making 8 figures. I'm literally just paying them. I'm like, hey, tell me how you do it. Here's some money. Cool. Let's make it happen. That exists today. And that is so cool that it exists. It literally simplifies the equation. I'm literally just learning exactly how people are making 8 figures. And so I'm starting to implement these things so my business can grow to that mark. It's that simple. It's that real. That exists. It's a real thing. It's funny. But people, for some reason, think it's a scam somehow. Now, obviously, there are definitely scammers and scummy people out there that lie about the results and make up stuff and have never done it themselves. So please, it's very important. It's hyper important if you're going to invest in yourself like that. Find someone who has done it before. Don't find someone who just their first business is helping other people grow their businesses. No, find someone who's legitimate. They have a background. They have documented case studies. They have all this stuff that proves, hey, this person has actually done it before. They can do it again. Or they're actively doing it right now, at least. All right, because that's the number one mistake you can make is just paying some rando who has no proof. All right, so please don't do that. But with that said, back to the initial question here, how long does it actually take? So if, let's say you're starting out, you have 0 skills, nothing, nothing about business, and if you actually get hire help that's actually really good, the time frame is probably going to take about 6 months, potentially longer. About 6 months would be realistic. That'll be if you go ham, if you actually work hard every single day, you implement everything they tell you, and you just implement it. About 6 months. All right, that's bare minimum. Again, for me, it took me 2 years. Again, but I did suck. I had no clue what I was doing, trying to do it all myself. But expect a bare minimum of at least 6 months, at least. Because all of this, the game is really just reshaping and readjusting your expectations. Because if you have correct and proper expectations, you can really accomplish anything. But if you expect it to take 2 months or 3 months, and then you hit that mark, and you're not there yet, all right, what's going to happen? Your belief is going to drop. And when your belief drops, you start taking less action. Because you see, like, if you don't believe something is possible, your brain doesn't believe it's possible, why would you take action to do something if it's not even going to work? All right, for example, let's say you believe wholeheartedly in your heart it is impossible for you to lose weight. Like, diets do not work for you. If you believe that with 100% of your being, why in the world would you go on a diet? Like, your actions will not misalign with your beliefs. It doesn't happen. It doesn't work like that. Your brain is not stupid. So if you believe something to be true, like if I believe gravity to be true, I'm not going to jump off a building and try and fly. Because I believe there's gravity. Like, I'm going to fly flat on my face. Like, I believe that. And so it's the same thing here. Understand that. All right, so expectations, back to this. So it's better for you to expect for it to take 2 years than for you to expect for it to take 2 months. Or there's a lot of people trying to push, like, oh, have insane, unrealistic goals. And it's kind of good, but if it screws up your expectations to the point where you're disappointed every month, it's not good because you're going to quit. And so you're not going to get results at all. And so I believe it's better for you to have longer term expectations. Hey, this is going to take a while, 1, 2, maybe even 3 years. But that's okay. I'm going to put in the work every single day. I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to work really hard and learn from people ahead of me. If you do that, you will succeed. All right, but if you quit too early because of misaligned expectations, you will never succeed because you won't keep going. You'll quit because your belief drops, and because your belief drops, you'll stop taking action. That's how it works. All right, so set your expectations, I would say at least at 1 to 2 years, at least. And that's a pretty simple time frame from a lot of people I've spoken to, a lot of, my friends. That's how long it's taken them, those 1 to 2 years. So that's where I'd set your expectation. That's only if you're obviously taking a lot of action, working hard, and being focused on your business. If you're not, then it's going to take even longer. But that's the time frame right there. All right, so that's the video. I hope this helps realign your expectations, realize the importance of expectations, because expectations will, affect your belief systems. Your belief systems will affect your actions, and ultimately if you stay with it or if you quit. So that's really the most important thing, that you just keep on going and you have proper expectations. It's going to take time, but all great things take time. And how think about it this way as well. I mean, even if it takes 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, even if it takes that long, wouldn't it be worth it? I don't know about you, but for me, man, I started my first business because I wanted freedom. I didn't want the 9-to-5 job. I hated being broke. I was absolutely disgusted with the other path. I hated it so much. And business was the way out. It was the only option for me. And when it's the only option, I just kept going. Those 16 months where there was no light at the end of the tunnel, I thought it sucked. It was a really tough time. And all the people around me thought I was crazy. Oh, this little hobby he's got going on that never makes any money. I just kept going because it was the only option. All right, so commit to the long game, because at the end of the day, it is so worth it. Even if it takes 5 years. All right, that's how long a lot of people go for their college degrees. They spend 4, 5, 6, 8 years studying, and then they get a job, and they believe that's worth it because it's socially acceptable. But it's not socially acceptable to spend 5 years building a business. All right, it's crazy how that works, but that's how people think. All right, just because a lot of people think that way doesn't mean it's correct. So restructure your paradigm and your expectations on this, and you will win. All right, that's the key here. So hope this video helps. If you do want one-on-one help, I do have a few one-on-one spots available to work with me as far as launching your coaching business or scaling your business. So click the link below if you are interested. With that said, have an amazing day. You're amazing. You're a legend. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.